Entrepreneurs today understand something very important. They've discovered that their personal interests and their incomes don't have to be separate anymore. Cultural attitudes are changing, and it's time that you can do what you love and get paid more than you make right now. I want to shed some light on this for you. If we're honest, along the way we've all believed a lie. It's a myth that was created and perpetuated down the generations, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy actually that most of us don't argue against. It seems we are taught to separate our lives into two parts. If we were a blank sheet of paper, at some point we took a pencil and drew a line right down the middle, separating one half from the other. On the left side we wrote work at the top, and on the right side we wrote play. And then we set the pencil down and went on our way living life ever since. And it's through that lens that we view work as something that's necessary but mostly unfulfilling, at best. And we're glad that we get work projects every once in a while that happen to touch on our interests from time to time. But by and large, it's not a requirement that we have. It's just work. Outside of work, however, we allow ourselves to seek out things that we enjoy and that we're passionate about. We write down these things on the play side of our sheet and think of them as our life outside of work. And so most of us live separate lives, spending our days inside the machine doing what we have to and dream about doing what we want to. If someone ever lifts up their head for a moment to question the idea of actually doing something that they love as work, they're quickly told to get back into line and stop being unrealistic. After all, children think like that, not adults, and it's time you embraced responsibility. And so back to work we go, perpetuating the lie. We eat our vegetables and dream about dessert. That is, until now. Something is changing. Aren't you glad? Today, some people, especially entrepreneurs, are realizing that their interests and their income can indeed align. What's more, they're supposed to. They're discovering that work and play don't have to be separate at all. While some dismiss this as immature, others are proving them wrong. Just like in the movie The Matrix, they've been unplugged. Now they see. After all, doing what you love and getting paid for it is not only possible, it's the original design. I mean, think about it. Why have we agreed that the two should remain separate? We've all seen the wisdom of it and observed the good that it produces. For example, have you ever met somebody that truly loves what they're doing and getting paid for it? Then you've seen the benefits to the person and the people they come in contact with. They're happier about life, they provide awesome service to the customer, and they actually look forward to work. And they don't treat the weekend as a desperate escape while dreading Monday when they have to do it all over again. So why can they love work but we can't? Perhaps we think it's possible for them but just not practical for us. Why? Because we've believed some lies. The unintended consequences of just being responsible. This is probably the biggest one that holds most people back, especially if you have a family. It goes like this. I can't do something I love. I need to first think of my family, or my spouse, or my partner. Really? By doing what you're currently doing, are you really putting them first? I mean, think about it. If you're stuck in a job that you hate, or that doesn't utilize your gifts, your talents, your motivations, and your creativity, are you really able to provide them your best? I bet in reality you have less than the best to give them, and it's less than you think. And I'm not talking about money yet. If you are daily missing out on happiness and fulfillment in your work life, then your emotional tank is pretty low, or in fact it might be empty. You probably lack enthusiasm and energy for life, and this affects your family bigger than your paycheck. So I wonder, when you come home from work, are they really getting your best? Do you have extra reserves based on the fulfillment of your work that you can pour into their lives? I think not. Instead, you're probably feeling a little short on love to give out. Or worse, you could be reacting out of anger, frustration, disappointment, and placing yourself into emotional isolation. This deprives them of what they need most from you, which is you. So that's how putting your family first by, quote, being responsible is really working out, if we're honest. Yeah, I know you're getting a paycheck. But the error in that thinking is that your current soul-sucking routine isn't the only place to get paid. People who mix their interests with their income realize that you can do something that ignites your heart and provides a healthy paycheck. I'm not proposing you choose between financial provision and following your passion, because that's not responsible. Instead, this is a wake-up call that you can do both. If you don't think that's possible, then you've been inside the machine for too long and it's time that you change the frequency. Sure, many have accepted the old way, but that hasn't stopped many of us from finding the new one. So if your family is your first consideration, that's awesome. So is mine. But I can't wait until you can give your family what they really want, which is a more fulfilled you, and what they really need, money, at the same time. Yeah, now you're starting to get it. If you love your family and want to be responsible, you should be giving them both. Not only will they get the most of you, you'll set an amazing example that says, yes, they can actually follow their dreams as well. This is one of the several lies that keeps entrepreneurs from experiencing their dreams and just stuffing them down. I wanted to address this big one, but there are several others that you can learn to escape from as well. In fact, I have a longer list of some of the other mistakes aspiring entrepreneurs commonly make by believing those subtle half-truths that block them out and keep them from experiencing fulfillment and earning more than they make right now. Now is the time that entrepreneurs are realizing they can mix their interests with their income and earn insane profits doing what they love. So I want to ask you this question again. Why not you? If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, don't be fooled by other subtle deceptions. Make your way over to our website so you can discover other truths about how you can be who you were created to be, embrace what you're good at doing or being, and profit greatly from it. You'll be glad you did.